Hello. Oh, I'm phasing. All right, we're back. We're back on Earth. Hello, welcome back. I am Kris. This is the craziest Revolutionary War hero you didn't know, or you don't know. Sorry, my apologies. I'm gonna click on that. I did subscribe to the channel when the video came up because I needed to remember it. Hey, look, see that? Boom, boom. Click, 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 clack. That's all it took. If you want to donate to the channel, click on that thanks button, request a video, and your name sponsors that video. All right? So let's find out who the craziest Revolutionary War hero you didn't know is. I know who it is. I'm going to keep it a secret.
This video is brought to you by you guys, namely my patrons on Patreon and channel members here on YouTube. Check the links in the description, and now on with the video. Heroes of the American Revolution. Everybody's got their favorite. Perhaps yours is George Washington for his leadership, an unconventional Christmas present to the Hessians. Ooh, one more present. I am hoping it is an Apfelkuchen. Nine. It is not. Or maybe the Marquis de Lafayette, the French teen noble that snuck into America to fight for liberty. Someone should really make a video about him. Maybe two? Jeez, this video's just started, and you're already plugging others? Shut up. Or who could forget the swamp fox Francis Marion, who terrorized the British with his guerrilla tactics? Please? Fine, I'll check. But I'm telling you, soldier, the swamp fox is not under your rack.
If anyone's seen the movie The Patriot, that's loosely based off of the Swamp Fox.
See? But perhaps the coolest, most badass hero of the American Revolution never wore a uniform, never fought a battle, and never even peed standing up. Enter Nancy Morgan Hart. Before we talk about Nancy, we must talk about the colony of Georgia, which was pretty unique. For example, it was the last colony to be founded, and by a lot, like half a century after number 12 Pennsylvania. That's like turning 50 and finding out your parents are having another child. Ew, how is that even possible? And why are you guys still doing it? Well, the why of the Georgia colony can be answered by one man, James Oglethorpe. King George II, I'm sure you can see the debtors' prisons are simply overflowing. I know. I find it amusing when they all reach out their arms for scraps of food. Makes the place look like a centipede. Yes, well, I believe in the goodness and potential of all people. And I have a vision of a utopia in which those poor souls can start new productive lives in the new world. Oh, you're done? Oh, sorry, I was just thoroughly uninterested in every word you said. It would help England's commercial interests. We could even grow silk. Wormy butt strength? Still not interested. Wouldn't it be nice to have a buffer between the Carolinas and Spanish Florida? A cadre of expendable poor people would be useful, but... And of course, we'd name it Georgia after you. And there it is. Charters approved. All right, you miserable angels. Everyone has their portion of land and thus new life ahead of them. I'm just going to dash home to England for more supplies. Please do mind the few rules I've established, and I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Some time later.
I'm back, my special snowflakes, and Wait, why are there land barons? And slaves? And rum? Has anyone seen Tampa Bay? Screw those deadbeats, Georgie. The colony's all yours. Georgia officially became a royal colony in 1752, and decades later when the American Revolution began, wanted to stay loyal to the king. Still, some Georgians felt it was time to form their own country. Georgians like Nancy Morgan Hart. Anne Morgan, better known as Nancy, was born in or around 1735 in North Carolina, or Pennsylvania. Okay, Nancy has become as much a folk legend as she is a historical figure, but for this video I'm going to use the most credible information available, unless it gets in the way of a good fart joke. And we do know that she was a real person, if only because of the really famous people she's related to. Nancy was first cousins with Daniel Boone and was aunt-in-law to Henry Clay. Oh, there you are, you handsome devil. Are you always gonna look this good? Oh my God, someone unwrapped a mummy. Now, Nancy wasn't built like other women. She had fiery red hair, arms like tree trunks, and her eyes were, yeah, there you go. Nancy also stood a towering 6 feet tall. Oh, that is definitely not average height for the time. She was a tough woman, evident by the 8 children she bore. Heck, I didn't even feel the last one. And by the fact that she reportedly dominated her husband, Benjamin Hart. Which is totally unfounded. I was a brave and manly volunteer in the local militia and the undisputed head of this household. Shut up, Benjamin. Yes, Mother. Nancy could come off as super intimidating, but she did have a soft side, even if her favorite old turkey was the one most likely to see it. Aw, they look so happy there together. I sure hope nothing happens to change that. What? I'm just saying. You better be just saying. There are quite a few stories about just how tough Nancy was. In one, Nancy and her kids were boiling some soap when they noticed something strange.
Mama, this wall's gone and grown an eyeball.
Is that so? Well, gather round, young'uns. Mama's gonna teach you how to deal with a peeper. See, I could splash this soap into that hole, but I'm just as likely to get burnt by the ricochet. But by dumping this entire pot on the ogler's head, his whole face melts and slides off like chicken skin, and I'm no worse for wear.
In another story, the British took the city of Augusta in 1779 as part of their southern strategy. Patriot Lieutenant Colonel Elijah Clark asked his men to sneak into the city as spies, but his men were less than eager to volunteer. Not one of you has the courage to accept this mission?
Oh, hell, I'll do it. Can't believe I'm the only one here not acting like a Nancy, and that's my friggin' name.
Disguised as a man, Nancy slipped into the enemy-held city, gathering all the information she could. So with our reserves here at Musgrove Mill and more in Carolina, we should be quite secure. Wait a minute, who are you?
Me? Just a loyal Georgian.
Oh yeah? Well, how we know you're not one of those rebels? How we know you're one of us?
You see that ludicrous display last night?
What was Winger thinking, sending Walcott on that early?
Thing about Arsenal is, they always try to walk it in.
Okay. That is from the IT Crowd. If you've never seen that show, it is hilarious. There's a whole episode based off of that. Bravo, sir. Bravo.
Okay, you're good. But who's your friend?
That's King George III, of course.
Other stories told about Nancy include the time she led an all-woman defense of a fort against a combined British and Indian opposition. Nancy, come on! Do you really think you and your ladies can stop us? Or later in life, when she broke her son-in-law out of prison for decapitating a man, and nobody was brave enough to stop her.
You got a problem? Do something. Yeah, that's what I thought.
But the most famous story is when 5 Tory soldiers made the mistake of coming to her front door. See, these Tories were king-loving colonists that fought for the British, and Nancy hated Tories. She had more Tory hate than people watching Saved by the Bell. Tori Scott, played by Leanna Creel, was a character introduced in the 4th and final season of Saved by the Bell, to somehow replace the effervescent Tiffany Amber Thiessen after her contract was up, and Elizabeth Berkley, who apparently left the show to become a stripper. The Tori episodes were scattered haphazardly throughout the final season, creating a confusing mess and marring the send-off to the greatest kids live-action television show ever. You heard me, Disney Channel punks. Come at me. Quentin Reviews can make a 12-hour review of my ass. This has been Explaining the Joke. Now back to the video. Sometime around 1780, 5 Tory soldiers out of Augusta made the absolute idiot decision to pay a visit to Nancy. All out, Nancy, come out and show yourself.
What are you lot supposed to be?
What's it look like?
Well, you look like a hot dog, they look like used sanitary pads, and that one, well, he kinda looks like Conan O'Brien.
Bugger me, he kinda does.
Anyway, we're Tory soldiers, fighting in the name of the crown. And we're here because there's word that a rebel Whig came this way. He did, and wouldn't you know it, you just missed him. Went right on down the road not 10 minutes before you turds arrived. Hurry, men, we can catch him.
Oh, thank you, Nancy. But aren't you afraid they'll be right back?
Oh, I wouldn't worry. I got a little something waiting for them.
Sir, here.
Yes. Oh, let's see.
Nancy, are you looking for that wig? He's a dastardly fellow, and it's a good thing that we have brave British colonists like yourself out on the prowl. If you want to find him, you'll have to read closely and carefully because they're a... By dusk, the wig had escaped and the Tories had realized they'd been duped, and they angrily returned. Nancy, you're lucky we're men of honor and chivalry. We would be well within our rights to burn your home to the ground. And worse, instead for your dastardly conduct, you will make us dinner. Oh no, my punishment is the reinforcement of stereotypes. Whatever shall I do? Look around, morons. Your Tory friends have already robbed me of everything I have to eat. Not everything. And then the soldiers made the worst mistake of their lives. Turkey's on the menu tonight, boys. Nancy, what's a man gotta do to get some water around here? I'll have to send Suki to fetch more from the spring. In the meantime, why don't you have some more of this moonshine? Hope it doesn't make me blind. At least we wouldn't have to see her face anymore. Suki, be a darling for Mama and go get some water. Are you sure, Mama? I don't want you to be alone with those men. It's fine, child. Mama's not alone. Suki ran to the spring to fetch water and to blow the secret conch to alert others of the trouble brewing. Oh, where's that conch? Where is it? Oh, here.
Kill the pig, cut her throat, spill her blood.
Oh, wrong conch. Suki, what's wrong? A bunch of Tory soldiers are in the house with Mama. Okay, I'll gather up some men so we can get the drop on them. Father, they killed Turkey. Oh, God, they're already dead. Suki returned to the house to find... How's that turkey cooking, Nancy? He's cooking fine. In the meantime, you boys just drink up. If we have much more of this, we're all gonna have eyes like Nancy. Once she had gotten the Tories nice and liquored up, Nancy turned to part 2 of her plan. Stealthily, she would pass the soldiers' muskets out of the house until... Hey! Where's the privy? I have to take a tinkle. This is out back. Nancy got back to her plan, but on the third gun, the soldiers got wise. Nancy! You hold it right there! What are you gonna do, you old crone? You haven't got the medal. Now, in the name of the crown, I order you to... I'll do the same to the next one of you that does anything stupid.
Hope you don't mind, but I fixed the toilet paper while I was in there. Put it under, which is the king's way.
Now surrender your damn Tory caucuses to this Whig woman.
Lads, that's the last gun. She can't get us all. But which one of us is she aiming at? I can't bloody tell. I know. It's like them eyes are trying to meet in the middle. Holy crap, Nancy. Did you do this all yourself? With a little help. Well, boys, let's take them to Clock Station and hold them there.
They ain't going nowhere.
Well, we can't keep them prisoners here.
I ain't never intended to keep them as prisoners.
You mean... firing squad?
Shooting's too good for them.
And it's said that on that night, the remaining Tories were hanged in the backyard. And as the bodies swayed in the moonlight, old Nancy whistled a familiar rebel tune.
Yankee Doodle.
Hey, Turkey. Sorry about, go. Still, if you need a quick pick-me-up, you can check out one of these drawn history videos over here.
The greatest founding father you don't know. Okay. Well, I'll have to... Oh, that's going to be 2 videos. All right. Well, I never heard of her. So this is awesome. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to end this video here, and I'll be back with another video. But not for you. You have to watch the other video, or you have to wait till tomorrow or Monday. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I did. Didn't really have much to add because I don't know a whole lot about her. So until next time, have a good day. Have a good night.